Good morning everybody, Ragnarok Ranger coming to you from the Ragnarok Theory. We're back in the bunker. When I first made the video about the bunker, I also mentioned the under the tarp sessions. It's a glorious day outside today, but because I start work at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I have to get out early doors to do any outdoor filming. So at the moment, it's still stupidly dark o'clock at the time I need to be outside, and the place where I go to film outdoors at the moment is just a swamp. And the amount of rainwater we've had, it's an old colliery that's been turned into a nature reserve, and it's just swamped, and the lakes and the canals, everything keeps busting the banks and that. So probably a good month and a half away from actually getting in decent time to do under the tarp sessions, but they are coming, yeah. And then as we get through, when the darkness comes back in, I'll try and do some wild camps out there with some stuff, so we can do that kind of filming. However, that's where we're at. We're back in the bunker. Shouldn't be a really long session today. I'm going to call this part 1 of Firebiner and polymath. Right, I've got 2 products to go over with you today that I absolutely love, and basically I'm waiting for something else to arrive to do with Firebiner, and then I'm going to do part 2, and then part 2 of the polymath is going to be hoping that we can utilise the Firebiner with that product. Anyway, what the heck is a Firebiner? It is this. Okay. Right, I have already taken it off because I got this for Valentine's Day. That's what you know is a good Valentine's Day, when you get something that you really like and really want, rather than just a bar of chocolate that you don't really want because you just get fat. I do. Anyway, a Firebiner is a fire starter multi-tool carabiner. Straight away you can scan that to watch a 30-second advert on it, but I never bothered with that. The outdoorelement.com have made this, and it's rated for £100, 45 kilo. It's a painted design. It clearly tells you on here that it's not for climbing. Yeah, so it's not that kind of carabiner, guys. It's not going to hold your weight. Okay, heavy spark wheel, throw sparks, blah 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 blah. Right, so the features of it are that it has a clip gate, which again to me is one of the features that I need to be quite secure, because I will be using this as a carabiner to hold stuff. That's actually quite good. It does have a bottle opener. It does work. I can't pop one this morning because I've got to go to work this afternoon, but I had a lovely craft dark fruit cider at the weekend from a local farm shop. Used it on that, bang on, it works. Yeah, they put them on everything, don't they, whether you need them or not. And on the edge here, it does have a little screwdriver. I've not got anything to test it with here, but I did test it again over the weekend, and it worked. Just on a screw and a door handle, untightened it, tightened back up, so if you need it, so it would work at a pinch. Okay, but the 3 features that I needed to work the most are the gate, the sparker, and for these to be decent enough sizes, like 2 little holes there, and that's obvious for your clips. And I like using these figure 8 type clips with locking gate on them. So basically, one of them had to at least be able to fit one of them in, so it can lock, because if you're going to hang your keys on, you want it safely. As you can see, that's absolutely fine. This one has already got another purpose when the other part that I've ordered comes. So I'll say no more about that for now. Okay, so that works. It's also got a little cutter. Okay, now I've messed about with lots and lots of different kinds of string, and I hold it like this, put the string in, and it cuts. This is garden twine, the kind of stuff you may use for basic net making. You could use it for strings for tying shelters up, for making snares, that kind of thing. It's basically kind of jute. So if it's like this kind of, cuts it no problem. I'm not going to put the blade through the stress of trying to cut this again. It does not cut this. This is probably more like 3mm. It's at least four strand nylon cord, and it's just too thick. So that's kind of your limitations on blade. It'll cut your basics, but it's not fantastic. But this is the basic version of the Firebiner. So the bigger test for this, and I have water here because I've got a smoke detector just outside and I cannot afford well, what I mean is I don't want it to be going off while we're doing this. So I've got a piece of cotton wool here. I'm going to fluff it up. You do that with any fire sparker, so I'm not just trying to give this an advantage at the moment. And what I found is, I think, yeah, hold that downwards it was. So you put the gate, no you don't, put the gate at the top, and you could see the spark there, boom, missed it. There you go, we have fire. It works, okay? Right, I might have just I've got it too wet. We're going to see if it would actually light it again without spreading it out, but I think that probably would. It's quite a wild spark on it, yeah? So, keeping the knife blade underneath you, spark it. It has got a tiny little screw in there. Now, there is a tool for getting that out, but if you've got that one of them multi-set head screw, you normally get a tiny one for glasses. So kind of a glasses want to do that, because on the pack you've got two extra little ferro rods. They're calling them ferro rods. No reason to believe they're not ferro rods. I thought they were just like lighter flints, but when you look at them, they do look a little bit more substantial. So I'm not taking them out of the pack because I'm going to put this somewhere safe, so I'll know where they are. That's the Firebiner. £18.50ish. Yeah, so it's under £19. Do you think it's worth the price? Go and grab yourself one, the basic version. There are other versions, or have a look on Outdoor Elements website. They've got a few things on there. Now, I'm not sponsored. This is just something that Lisa got me for Valentine's Day that is, in my view, decent for its price. Yeah, I wouldn't want to pay much over 20 quid for this version. Okay. Now, I don't remember it. I was ranting the other week about some parcels getting lost, and I've had refunds and everything, and they've all turned up, and I feel really guilty. Not at all. Right, but one of the things that I'd ordered was a polybath product, and it got lost, and Amazon looked at the tracking, realised that Royal Mail just seemed to have totally lost this parcel, so they refunded me, got in touch with Polymath, and Polymath were just nice enough, they just sent me another one out. So I felt a bit guilty for that one. Again, they're only about £8.29ish on their site, but I'm not sponsored by Polymath, and what I'm going to show you wasn't free. This was the first one I bought. The packaging's changed slightly, and so I've got a couple of these. I were going to buy more anyway, because I want to put these into certain kits that I'm making. So in a moment I'm going to show you a bit of their advertising, just because their customer service was what customer service should be like. Yeah, so at the end of the day, they're worth a mention. So the newer ones have got like a white bit there, and it's actually printed on it what's in the pack. But in this one, unless it's just they've packed this at the front, and when I first unpacked this. So, emergency stove and fuel kit. Okay, it's got no ignition source with this, right? Because obviously, if they were to ship it on an aeroplane and that, this is safe to be put on an aeroplane and everything. Okay, and it's got exogel instructions for safety, and it's actually showing you how to use the little cooker that's inside. I think this is absolutely fantastic. So you get two 50ml Exogel fuel gel pouches, 14 waxed jute lighting splints they called them, and obviously you're going to get the cooker. So let's just unpack all this lot first. Let's have a look. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. So 14 wax jute sticks, they're decent size. 2 Exogels. You can buy this separately. It's available on Amazon or through Polymath itself in like bigger. So when I do the part 2 on this, where I'm going to use the stove and see how this stuff's good, if it's good, I might stock it, because I don't like the dragon gel that comes with the military dragon cooker. I think it's rubbish. I've never had any success with it. I preferred the old Eggsy blocks, which are now banned under terrorism act because of the makeup of it. Anyway, I'm digressing. So you get two of them packs, and you don't need all of that, just to ignite the flame by holding flame to gel and shield it from the wind. Pretty basic. And that is your cooker, and that is awesome. Yeah. So basically, it shows you the instructions, how to bend it. So two bits at legs, 2 bits of like your pan stove. Yeah. So these 2 bits there, you fold up. These 2 bits you fold down according to the instructions, and it just makes your little stove. Could you improve this? The middle bit there, it has a decent thickness though, so you need a good drill bit, but you could drill some little holes just for air intake underneath. But because you're using a gel, that could actually be a problem unless you had something separate to put the gel in. But I'm just thinking, with a few holes on there, you could turn it into a little wood burning stove if you needed to. So that is the emergency stove, the Exogel one from Polymath Products, which is actually a UK brand. Now on their website it still shows all, you can still get their survival tins and stuff like that. So this is the stuff that comes with it, and here on the back you can see some of the products that Polymath do. Now the little compasses, I've had one on my wish list for ages. I've just never gone and got myself one. That's definitely something I will pick up from there. I've not got one of their fire strikers, so at some point I'll get one just to see what it's like against other ones. The camping stove, the better part about that is it is a fuel stove or a gel stove, but it's got a windbreaker with it as well. But pocket gym diaries, but notepads, I've already got them. Right, so that's part 1, the Firebiner and the Polymath stove. Clearly in part 2 I'm going to see if this is going to like this. I don't know if it will or not. I'm not going to test it first. If it doesn't, on the day we'll just dink it with a lighter or something, get it going and review the stove. So a bit shorter today hopefully. So we don't prefer to survive, we prefer in case we survive. Survival is an instinct, folks, and instinct is everything. Take care out there, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.